Well, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Another beautiful day here on the Appalachian Trail. There's blue sky up there. I don't know. You may have a hard time seeing it, but it's a beautiful day. Sun's rising right there. Sunset was over there. Of course, that makes sense. That's west, and then opposite of that would be east. Figured that one out. Anyway, it was a good evening. I slept well. I just so much look forward to the end of the day, quite frankly, and getting everything done so I can crawl into bed. That's the best part of the day for me, getting in bed and sleeping at night. But there's my spot for last night. It was a good one. That's a great spot. And when I think about it, well, I might have been able to do it. I had 700 mils of water in the front that I could have made dinner with. I would have had no water for this morning for breakfast or for hiking. But if I needed to stop short of the shelter like I did, I could have, but the kind gentleman at the bottom of the trail, at the trailhead where I crossed the road, his trail name was Rona, R-O-N-A, I believe. He's supporting another hiker, Goldilocks. She'll probably catch me, I imagine. She's probably starting back down there where I met him and then heading north. But he gave me 2 liters of water, which I carried up the steep carry, yes, but then I had plenty of water for dinner, plenty of water for breakfast, and 700 mils again in the front to get on up the hill to the next water source. And it's about right. If you can keep the water in the back light, that's to my advantage, because each of those liters weighs about 2 pounds. So that's 4 pounds of weight that I don't have in the back right now. Of course, it's a cooler here in the morning. I'm going to have some uphill, but I can probably make it if I need to 5, 6, 7 miles on this 700 mils of water, given the conditions. But I will look for the first water source. It's going to be a great day. I'm going to keep hiking north like I do every day, like I do most days. Slack packing is different every now and then. But I'm going to keep heading north, look for a water source, and try to get as far as I can today to keep working my way towards the Appalachian Trail and the completion of this journey. For Tunnel to Towers Foundation, thank you for following along, and let's see what today has in store. I'm sure it'll be filled with blessings like every day is, thanks to Jesus Christ, my Savior. See you up the trail. Hope you have a great day.
My watch says 4 a.m. My mind says stay in bed, but my spirit says go ahead to another day, another day. And I've got mighty miles to make, and not a single one will go to waste.
Hey, good morning again, you guys. Heading north here. I got some water up at a nice stream up here, and I was heading north and met this gentleman heading south. So he was very helpful with information to get through the whites. So what's your trail name?
Benji.
Benji. Oh.
Benji, I'm from Italy.
All right.
And this is my attempt to a Triple Crown. I've already hiked PCT back in 19, wow. CDT in 22, and this is my Triple Crown attempt. I started July 24th up at Katahdin.
Wow.
Hopefully making to Georgia.
I'm pretty sure you're going to make it. Well,
I hope so.
Yeah, my wife and I went to Italy recently. I guess it was about a year ago. We really
nice.
enjoyed it there.
Cool.
You enjoying the Appalachian Trail?
I'm enjoying it, yeah, for sure. Something different compared to the other 2 trails.
Yeah.
Toughest part, apparently, for me, it's already out of the way, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes going south, but yeah, I'm excited.
You have some beautiful country ahead of you down to Georgia, and I'm confident that you will make it. And what an accomplishment. Triple Crown. All 3 trails, the mileage is how much?
So Pacific Crest Trail, 2650, I think.
Yeah.
CDT, everyone has different numbers because there's different sort of versions or different diversion. but I did it 2760, I think, 2760. And this one will be just shy of 2200, if I'm correct.
2,197, I
There
believe.
you go, there you go, to be precise.
That is just mind-blowing, incredible, amazing that you can walk all of that distance. Congratulations. What an accomplishment.
Well,
I mean, I can't believe I've walked a little over 1,600 miles with a backpack on my back, and then I ran into somebody like you, and I just shut my mouth and start hiking.
no, but I think like you should be, you know, appreciative of your path so far,
Yes.
because each one of us walk our own path, and whether it's 10, whether it's 3, gotta make the most out of it and enjoy it.
Well, every day I pray to Jesus that he connects me with someone that will be a blessing to me, and you've been a blessing. It's an honor to meet you.
Likewise, thank you very much.
Thank
it's
you.
it's been an honor to meet you too. Good luck the rest of the way. I'm sure you make it,
And to you.
and I'll be following.
Oh, thank you. So I hadn't mentioned anything, but there was a gentleman that I hiked with or around for about a week back in June. His trail name is Gray Sun. And it's not that we hiked together, because I've really never hiked the whole day with anybody, but we had pretty much the same mileage goals for that week. So we ended up in similar spots. That was back in, coming out of Harper's Ferry. We met up at a little campground there. He happened to be there. And then we kind of stayed at the same places for about a week after that, and on up into Maryland. Well, the last time I saw Gray Sun was the day that my brother John met me on the trail. And that was 19 miles before Duncannon. And that day, Gray Sun stopped at the 15-mile mark, which is where I was going to stop, but John and I ended up hiking the full 19 miles down into Duncannon. What a trooper John is. 19 miles on his first day on the trail. Wow. Anyway, Gray Sun stayed back at the shelter at 15 miles for the day, and then we were both going to take a 0 the next day and meet back up on the trail. But it's that night that I got a call that there was an emergency and I needed to help my family. But Gray Sun hiked on and hiked for another month or so. Made it up to about mile 1408, and then shortly after that I got back on the trail. Well, Gray Sun ended up needing to be off the trail because of a family emergency as well, and all of this to say that I've known that he's been about 3 days ahead of me for the last couple of weeks, and so I'm hoping it's a possibility that this afternoon we will be stopping at the same shelter, because I've closed that 50-mile gap, and I sent him a text and asked him what shelter he was targeting this evening, and Kid Gore is a shelter that I'm targeting, as long as I'm not there too early in the day. It'd be about a 14-mile day. And if it weren't for the fact that he might be there, I was thinking that if it's too early, I might push on a little bit further and look for a stealth spot. But might end up reconnecting with Gray Sun this afternoon. And I think both of our hopes has been that our miles and goals match up pretty closely, and that we might be able to go through the whites together. seems like it might be handy to have the person that you're hiking with as you're going through the whites. So that's what we're both kind of thinking. We'll see how it pans out, but it'll be good to see him. Last time we saw one another was at about mile 1140, and right now this afternoon I think we'll be at about 1630. So crazy, huh? Almost 500 miles ago is when I saw him the last time. So it'll be good to see him. A lot's gone on in both of our lives since then, and certainly I've had a tremendous number of special occurrences on the trail over that 500 miles as well. So I just wanted to let you know that you might see a familiar face if you've been watching these videos for a while. Time will tell. Not sure, but I think I'm seeing signs of fall with this vegetation starting to brown out. It's a beautiful day today, that's for sure. It's cool and there's a nice breeze blowing. And just don't want fall to come on too quick, you know. Got some miles to cover still. Almost 600 miles left to go. Don't want it to get too cold in New Hampshire and Maine. But it'll do what it'll do, right? It's about 4 o'clock. I'm 3.1 miles from the Kid Gore shelter, which is what I've targeted for now. I initially thought that if I got there and it was too early in the day, that I might go on another mile or so. There's supposed to be maybe a little stealth spot. But 3 miles for me would be about an hour and a half. So that'd be about 5:30. And there's nothing wrong with 5:30. As I've mentioned before, time for me to get my camp set up, cook dinner, eat dinner, and that would be an hour or so earlier, hour plus earlier than it has been for a few nights. So that would be a welcome treat. It will have been 14 miles. I like to get 15. I'll be happy with 14. Also, there is a possibility that gray sun might be there, which would make it nice. He said that unless he felt like Superman and went to the next shelter, that that's where he would probably be stopping. But the next shelter is about 6 more miles. So I know that at this time of day, I personally won't be doing that. I'll be going by that shelter about 3 hours into tomorrow. So anyway, the forest is pretty dense here. The spot that I had mentioned about a mile past this shelter that I had considered going to, there was a note in the Far Out app from somebody that said they camped up there and a moose came up and joined them at sunset. That would be cool to see a moose, but I believe they're more dangerous than bear. I might be wrong on that, but I think that the moose is maybe more likely to charge you than a bear. Anyway, it would be cool to see a moose regardless. It's like the rattlesnakes, like to see it from a distance and enjoy its beauty without bothering it or it bothering me. But I still would like to see another bear. So how about a bear, moose, and a porcupine? That's on the wish list. Anyway, on up the trail we go. It's been a good hiking day. Some interesting trees that I've been passing. It'll be in the pictures with moss and just different shapes and things. But then I saw this one when I came around the corner. Wow. Imagine how much weight is hanging out over there. by that point right there. That's amazing. Crazy. Who knows what happened? But it survived. Still growing. Strong tree, obviously. The path here is probably has water that runs down it quite a bit, as deep as it is, and with all these rocks on the surface. Weather's been good for a few days here after that rain that I hiked in a few days ago. It's supposed to be, I don't know, maybe a 60% chance of rain tomorrow afternoon, and then the following day doesn't look too good. But we'll see what happens when we get closer. Knock, knock. Is Grayson home?
Good to see you, my friend.
I gotcha.
High up in the mountains, I was born in the spring, near a patch of mountain laurels where the birds, they like to sing. In the hills there's still the feeling, the spirit's still around. But as long as I stay up here, I don't know what's going down. And I feel the air grow colder, though I know I'm warm inside. And I see the lights go dimmer, though I know that there's a fire. Well, I still can feel the water, though the rivers are run dry. I can hear the preacher preaching, but the faith has gone to die. And as far as I can see, this world's been broken for a while. And as long as I can be, I still plan to walk the mile. The end could come tomorrow, but that don't matter to me, 'cause I'll be high up in the mountains when I take my final leave. Well, as long as I can sing, and as long as I can dance, and as long as I can run, and as long as I can laugh, I'll do it all with joy as I fall from up above. And the last thing that I'll see is the world that I love. Oh, high up in the mountains, I was born in the spring, near a patch of mountain laurels where the birds, they like to sing. In the hills there's still the feeling, the spirit's still around. But as long as I stay up here, I don't know what's going down. High up in the mountains, I was born in the spring, near a patch of